the Dementors lingering around the school grounds, which Dumbledore doesn't want to let anywhere close. You have the threat of Sirius Black. You have, yet again, another Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. And welcome back to another bookish review. Now today we are going to be talking about Book 3 in the Harry Potter series, The Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, this is Book 3, there will be spoilers for this one and the two that came before it, so if those of you that don't want spoilers leave, that's okay. I don't like spoilers for things either. Assuming those of you that don't want spoilers are gone, let's get into this. This was another audiobook I was listening to, so I don't have the physical copy of the book to show you guys, but I'll probably put the cover in the corner of the video, just so you guys know what book I'm talking about. So in this one, we see Harry Potter yet again stuck with his horrible aunt and uncle, although this time he gets one addition to the family, his aunt, and she is even worse than the Dursleys because she is so mean to Harry and just talks down to his family without even knowing them. And Harry, understandably, gets really angry and his powers go out of control and he blows her up like a balloon and he says, you know what, forget this. I'm leaving, I'm gone, I'm out of here, I can't do this anymore. He goes, takes his trunk, takes all his belongings, and just leaves. And then comes to Diagon Alley, where he finds out that yet again he is in danger from someone by the name of Sirius Black. Now, this criminal is so bad in the wizard world. The magic world feared this person so much that they ended up telling the Muggle authorities that this guy was on the loose. So not only is he wanted in the wizarding world, but he is also wanted in the Muggle world. And that's crazy to me because I watched the movie and that little detail of him being wanted in the Muggle world was never brought up. And it adds another layer to the secrecy of the wizarding world because how are the Muggles gonna hunt him without knowing that he has these magical abilities and these magical powers and that he is a wizard? So it's like, at what point does someone become such a threat that you warn the Muggles too? And for Sirius, if he was bad enough to warn the Muggles, then why wouldn't Voldemort be? Because he is 10 times worse than Sirius. You would have thought that they'd warn the Muggle authorities about him too, but they never said a word to the Muggles about Voldemort. Granted, by the time Harry Potter shows up in the story, Voldemort's considered dead and gone and defeated, and no one wants to talk about his name for fear of conjuring Voldemort himself. They never warned of Voldemort to the Muggle world when he was in power. So that was a strange decision on the Wizarding World's part to warn about one bad guy but not another. I thought that was also an interesting note to it, to see how the wizards communicate with Muggles and how they tell them what's happening, because sometimes Muggles are affected by things in the wizarding world. That was an interesting side note. So now that Harry Potter left his house, just left everything, and found out he is yet again being hunted, he's like, why would I go looking for someone that wants to kill me? I just wanted to get away from Dursleys. I couldn't be there anymore. They're terrible people. And I just want to go back to Hogwarts and live my life with my friends. So he ends up staying in Diagon Alley for a while in a little tavern bar thing until he meets up with Ron and Hermione. This is where we find that Ron has a rat named Scabbers who's been in his family for generations, and Hermione ends up getting a cat, and this cat does not seem to like this rat at all. And at first you're like, well, that just must be a cat going through basic instincts and going after the rat because that's what cats do. But it's like specifically this rat and this pet that this cat goes after, and no one can figure out why he's so fixated on this rat. But that all comes to a head with Sirius being spotted and Dementors coming to the school. The Dementors first show up in the book when Harry Potter and the rest of the gang are on the train back to Hogwarts. And these are like soul-sucking demons, pretty much, is basically what they can be acquainted to. Now, these sound incredibly terrifying, and I would not want to be face to face with one, because feeling like you're never going to be happy again is such a scary thought. And for those to be the guardians of the wizarding world makes a lot of sense, because what better way to make sure a prisoner doesn't escape than to take all their motivation and their happiness away? And they're going to be pretty much useless, so that's honestly kind of smart, but also terrifying to think that they would do to someone. So they're lurking around the school. You've got the threat of Sirius Black. You have Harry being told that it's dangerous for him to leave the school grounds because of Sirius being on the loose. And Harry's like, I didn't do anything to him. Why does he want to kill me? I didn't mean to kill Voldemort. I didn't mean to do any of that. So it's this like kind of tense story. Not really like intense, but just tense. You have the Dementors lingering around the school grounds, which Dumbledore doesn't want to let anywhere close. You have the threat of Sirius Black. You have, yet again, another Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, because it seems like the position is cursed, because every single year so far they've had a new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Harry wants to live his life as a wizard without all this other stuff impeding. He's like, I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't ask to be the chosen one. I didn't ask to have Voldemort try to kill me and it end up backfiring and killing him. I just want to spend time at the school I love with the friends I care about. And he struggles the whole book to do that, and you kind of just want to see him succeed in being with his friends and with his schooling. But all the teachers are like trying to keep him in a bubble because Sirius is out there, and you just want to see him get out and succeed. But it all comes to a head when he ends up finding the truth about Sirius and who the culprit really was. Which, when you're looking back at it after it's done, it's not really obvious either, except for a few key details that no one would have picked up on if they weren't thinking about it. I liked this book. I already started the next audiobook, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. That's going to be a long one to listen to, but I usually listen to them when I'm like exercising or cleaning or doing whatever that doesn't really require me to look at a screen. So I enjoyed this book. I can't wait to read or listen to the next ones. And I'm also still reading the Vampire Academy series as a physical book. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time.